Well, you know, when you think about marriage, for better and worse, they are words that symbolize a lifelong commitment with your spouse, right? But what happens when the worse comes in the form of your in-laws? Shockingly, a recent poll of divorced couples found in-laws to be at least somewhat responsible for 25% of their marriages ending. Did you hear what I just said? I wanted to see what were the biggest complaints people had with their in-laws, so I sent a tweet. I tweeted this: in-law problems, working on show now. What are your biggest in-law problems, complaints, and issues? Well, the response was overwhelming. I had hundreds of tweets in a matter of minutes, and they were pretty much all complaining about a mother-in-law. Now, later in the show, I'm going to talk to one of my tweeters who says her mother-in-law says that she hangs out with Satan. Mother-in-laws seem to always be under fire. In fact, there's even a website called motherinlawhell.com, and it has 10,000 women bloggers, all part of an online daughter-in-law society. Now, Patricia, the founder of motherinlawhell.com, as well as Robin, who is part of the Daughter-in-Law Society, are joining us via Polycom video right now. There you are. Hey, girls.
Hi, Dr. Phil.
So tell me what inspired this motherinlawhell.com.
Well, when I was 21, I married, he had a great mother. And as the relationship started to progress, her and I started to butt heads, and I seemed more like the other woman than I was her daughter-in-law. I started the website just trying to find, I figured there had to be women out there that were going through the same thing that I was.
So what do you hear about on the website? What do they tell you?
A lot of it has to do with kind of challenging, kind of testing to see where the husband's loyalty is. That's probably the biggest complaint, is seeing, who does he love more, his mother or his wife?
Because there can be divided loyalty. Now, your mother-in-law told you that you weren't typical of the girls that your son dates, because he usually dated skinny girls?
Yes, that's when I first met her, and, and the thing was, it was always done in a very polite way. So you kind of didn't know how to take it.
You're part of the Daughter-in-Law Society, right?
Yes, I am.
So why? What inspired you to get involved?
Although I get along with my in-laws very well, obviously, my mother-in-law has a very blunt way of saying things, and she doesn't always think before she talks.
Give me an example of what she says before she thinks. I mean, let's just be honest.
She point blank told me that if I didn't start losing the weight that I gained from not smoking, she was going to have me pick up smoking again so that I would lose it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to put a link up to y'all's site. I'm going to let people come on and let us know what kind of traffic you get, because I got a feeling this is a hot topic. So, Patricia, Robin, thank you guys for joining us today. All right, now, what if you had this opinion of your mother-in-law? Take a look.
My mother-in-law is 64 years old and stuck in a 15-year-old girl's body. It's all about me, 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 me. She's intrusive, she's an instigator, a victim, and then she plays martyr. I can't stand her.
And what if this was the opinion that your mother-in-law had about you?
I'd like to write a book, and the name of the book would be, So You Think Your Daughter-in-Law's Bad? Wait till you read this. Dana can be mean, nasty, sarcastic, hateful, cruel, extremely cold. I think it's a mistake that Tori married Dana.
Well, it's obvious that Dana and her mother-in-law, Tricia, are not huge fans of one another. Unfortunately, this leaves Dana's husband and Tricia's son, Troy, feeling like he's stuck in the middle.
The biggest issue in my marriage is my mother-in-law.
Anytime she tries to make plans, you avoid her, and then I get put in the middle.
She interjected herself into my life when I got pregnant with Trevor. She would call just to say hi. I don't have time to chit-chat. She calls Troy 3 to 5 times a day, every single day. Nothing is ever enough for her, nothing. I cannot stand to be around her for long periods of time.
On my grandson's first Christmas there, I was not allowed to hold him at all. I was not acknowledged. It was like I was not there. It's a horrible Christmas. Dana had said, do not buy these children anything. If you do, I will throw it in the trash.
I don't need more junk.
Dana totally used the kids as a pawn. If you do what I tell you to do, then you can see the kids.
For the 2 weeks she was down here, she got to spend about 8 hours with the kids. In my eyes, that's not enough.
I came down for my grandson's birthday, but we were not allowed to sing happy birthday, to give him any gifts, or to get him any ice cream.
We don't see eye to eye when it comes to raising kids. When my 4-year-old gets in trouble, she will coddle him. Did she intervene with my disciplining? Yeah. Did she just encourage him and his crying and his tantrums? Yeah. My problem is I have no respect for your mother.
You guys are not getting along well.
No.
Do you guys think it's due to this influence?
Some of it, yes.
How much of
Absolutely.
it?
Your statistic's right. She's one of the reasons that I want out. I'm right there,
Okay,
unless something changes.
How long have you two been married?
Married 2.5 years.
2.5 years, and you've been together
6.
how long?
6.
6. In that 6 years, how many times have the two of you split up?
Minimum 25, maybe 30.
You've split up 25 times, roughly.
In his opinion.
Yeah. And how many of those, in your opinion, were before you got married?
15.
15 times. If somebody dumps me 15 times, unless I have a real learning disability, I'm not so much sure that I'm going to be buying me a ring and heading over to the church.
Well, first and foremost, Dr. Phil, we were split when I found out we were pregnant with Trevor.
No,
our
we
son.
were not.
Yes, we were.
No,
Dana,
we were not.
broke up for 2 weeks when you came
were-
and you threw the pregnancy test on my table.
That's romantic.
That's not what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
No, that's not what happened.
Second of all, she proposed to me.
Okay, let me interrupt you here for a second. Did you support this marriage when it happened?
Well, I was a little leery because of the fact that they were constantly fighting and breaking up.
Right.
And I thought maybe, I had no idea. I have to tell you that Dana felt the way about me that I just found out. I had no idea. I knew she
Okay,
didn't care
well,
for
I
me.
didn't ask you if you were leery about getting a relationship with her. I'm asking if you were leery about him marrying her.
I was, because of the fact that they fought all the time.
Did you voice that?
Oh, yeah, I voiced it.
Yeah. And you say this is just all wrong. You just think he's like in another dimension
He
somewhere.
lives in Troy world, in Trisha world, not in the world I live in.
Dr. Phil, we could call my roommate right now that I had at the time, and he will tell you the exact words I had when I walked in the door.
Listen, I got all I can do to get the three of you to get along without adding another personality to this. I need to take a break. Dana says it's very clear whose side Troy is on, and we're going to hear why Troy has chosen to defend his mother and not his wife when we come back. And then I've got some real serious questions for these people right after the break.
My mother-in-law still speaks to my husband's ex-girlfriends.
None of my son's exes understand why somebody would be so mean and keep me from seeing my grandchildren.
They talk about his ex like she was the love of his life. It makes me feel really bad.
Okay, look, if you're having in-law drama, then pull up a chair. Now, you just heard Dana, who's not shy at all about the reasons why she doesn't get along with her mother-in-law, Tricia. In this family scenario, husband Troy appears to be taking his mother's side over his wife's. I'll let you decide. Take a look at this.
I feel like I'm the other woman.
On a day that Dana hates Mom, she probably wouldn't shed a tear if a bus ran her over. I take my mom's side when there's not a doubt in my mind that Dana's beating up on her.
Anytime we try to talk about your mom, that's what happens.
Because
Because you feel you have to defend her. If I want to stay in this marriage, I have to live with it. I don't want to live with it. I didn't marry her.
Dana's jealous of the relationship between my mother and I.
It feels really hurtful that he chooses his mother over me. He should choose his wife.
What do you say about that? Have you chosen your mother's side in this?
No.
Let me just ask y'all something. Sometimes I'd like for somebody to sit in my chair. You give two completely different versions of even factual matters. He says you had kicked him out or broken up with him 15 times. True or false?
It's exaggerated.
10?
I'd say under 10.
9? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, give me a number.
I'll go with 10.
10.
10
okay.
or under.
Let's do 10.
Okay.
What are you doing getting pregnant with a guy that you've kicked out 10 times?
Oh, I was pregnant before that.
Well, you weren't pregnant before you ever knew you had problems here.
Let's be honest.
What I'm trying to do is figure out what y'all's thinking is, so I know. Because look,
My thinking was
It was a mistake.
the only way I was
was a
going to be able to
mistake.
dictate who was a father figure to my children was to marry her. She made that perfectly clear.
so you don't want to be married to her.
Did I fall in love with her once I realized what the family, how strong the family could be, and
Answer
how
the
much I
question.
enjoy waking up and going to bed in the
Answer the
same house
question.
as my children?
Answer the question.
Do I love her? Yes.
No, answer the question. Why are you married to me?
Because you're the
Why are you
mother.
still
You're the
married to
mother
me?
of my children, Dana. And,
But you
and,
know
and
what?
when
Wait
you're
a minute, wait a minute,
when
wait a
you're
minute.
emotionally balanced,
Wait a minute. Oh, Lord, here we go.
when you're
Oh,
emotionally
Lord.
balanced, we're
Here
happy.
we go. Really?
We're a
Who's
wonderful
happy?
family.
Who's happy?
Do you want to be married?
I guess I'm the only one.
Do you want to be married to her?
Yeah, I do.
Dana describes you. I just made a little bit of a list. Intrusive, lazy, instigator, victim, martyr, and bias.
I had no idea she felt that way.
You had no idea she felt that way?
I knew she didn't
Why
care for me,
did you
but I
think
didn't.
you were coming here?
To try to help them, to help my son.
You didn't know that you two had an issue.
Oh, I knew
here.
we had an issue, but
Because
I had
I have your list. You said that she is mean, hateful, cold,
Yeah,
and you think that she's manipulative.
yes.
I mean, the list I just chose a few. You could throw a dart at the things that you said. So
Right.
you knew you had issues with her.
Oh, I knew she has issues with me, but I did not know that she couldn't stand me. I had never heard that before, ever.
Do you dislike her that much?
I have to take her in small doses.
I'm curious why you really, really want to be here. Do you really, really want to fix this?
Ultimately, yes, I would like to have a happy family.
Are you mean?
I can be.
Are you a bully with this woman? Do you use your children as pawns and
No.
levers? Do
No.
you hold them hostage when you know it breaks her heart
I hold
to
them
get back
hostage.
at her because
No.
you're mad at the boy she raised?
No, I don't hold my children hostage.
Are you a mean and manipulative daughter-in-law?
Manipulative might be a little strong. Are there times that I'm difficult more than others just because I don't want to deal with her? Yeah.
Okay,
there
if
are.
he rolls his eyes anymore, they're going to come out of socket. He's like,
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Honestly.
That's his perception.
okay, it's just, and because listen, you can't change what you don't. I don't
I
know
know.
you. I just met
I
you.
gotcha.
We asked you a million questions to hear you tell it. This woman is a mean, vicious, undermining, disrespectful, go around you, bad influence on your kids. She's a horrible person that's trying to come in and sabotage your life and your family. God, you're busy.
I'm very.
Dr. Phil, if she was half of that, I'd tell her to butt out.
Oh,
But the fact of the matter is,
bull.
we're not being very honest up here today.
Well, we gotta be. Take a
Exactly.
breath, take a break. When we come back, Tricia fears that her son's marriage ends, that her daughter-in-law, Dana, will never let her see her grandchildren again. Is that hostage situation? Is that true? I want to talk about all that next. And I'm going to tell you, I said it's not hard to fix these things. I'm going to put some verbs in my sentences and tell you what I think. We'll be right back.
I will call Troy and I'll say, when can we see the kids? And he'll say, I don't know, I'll have to talk with Dana, but don't count on seeing them at all. My relationship with Dana is so that if she and Troy got a divorce, I would probably never get to see my grandchildren unless Troy had them. Troy told me, Mom, you better hope I don't die because if I do, you will never see your grandchildren.
What do you think your ability is to see your contribution to the problems here?
At this point in our marriage, I'm probably quite a bit of the contribution to the problem.
And you got to all understand, there's another point of view here. You guys have a problem here, and it starts with the two of you. And one of the things I always say is if there's a problem with a mother-in-law, it's that mother-in-law's child's job to solve that problem. And you're siding with your mother.
I'm not siding with my mother all the time.
Troy, come on.
Yes, you are.
You're throwing her under the bus.
Dr.
You're saying,
Phil.
I'm not saying she's not guilty.
She's not telling the truth up here. What do you want from me?
If you want your marriage to work, it will never work the way you're doing this.
Ask him where he ate lunch yesterday.
I'm quite capable of making the decision of what questions I want to ask people. Are you telling me that you're not more aligned with your mother in this than you are with your wife?
My mother's never asked me to pick and choose. She's never put me on the spot and given me ultimatums. Dana does on a daily basis.
Would that be a yes?
That would be... It's whatever you want to make it out to be.
Would it be
the fact of the matter is...
You think she's more defensible in this? That
I think she gets picked on the same way I do in my own household.
And you may be right. I'm just trying to ask you to acknowledge the fact that at this point, if there's a toxic element in this, you think that it's Dana.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
That's a yes. You think she, and you may be right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. My mom has made mistakes. She has gone over boundaries. And the fact of the matter is it's got to be very frustrating for her to purchase things for the kids to know they either got thrown away or taken back the very next day.
Has your mother been asked, and I'll let you answer as well, has your mother been asked not to make those acquisitions and lavish those things on the children?
Yes, she has.
And have you ignored that and done it anyway?
I've gotten better. But yes, I have.
Do you want to stay married, or do you really care at this point?
Unless this gets better, then no, I don't.
All right.
I'm not going to live with this the rest of my life.
All right. What do you need for Troy to do in order for you to feel better about this relationship?
Try to understand me and my position more. And when it comes to parent, they're my kids. It's my choice to parent them the way that we've both agreed on parenting them.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't always happen. They're not hers, they're mine.
Ours.
And my feeling is she's had her family and her family moments.
He's bringing up a good point. And I spend a lot of time hearing what people say, and I hear a lot of time hearing what they don't say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, since you've been out here, you're rotated completely away from your husband. Your body language is closed. Mm-hmm. That speaks volumes to me. You said, these are my children. Mm-hmm. So have you already gotten a divorce in your mind?
I don't know.
Are you there? And even if you do, they're not your children. They're
I understand that.
well, I'm not sure you do.
Well, when it comes to her and talking about her and my kids, they're mine. That's all I want. I want my family.
But he's not necessarily part of that my family.
If he chooses to be.
Ultimatums.
All right, well, after separating 10 or 25 times, depending on who you believe, in 6 years, the question is, can this really be fixed? I'm going to answer that when we come back. We've been talking about what happens when you just can't seem to get along with your in-laws, and in this case, specifically your mother-in-law. And Dana says she's ready to end her marriage and blames a lot of those issues on her mother-in-law, Tricia. Now, Dana's husband, Troy, says his marriage is hanging by a thread, but he says his mother is not the problem. The problem, he says, is his wife.
Dana and my mom's relationship takes a toll on me that I can't even begin to explain. Dana is emotionally unstable and perhaps has chemical imbalances. Dana bullies me. She will follow me around and heckle me. Why don't you just go cry to your mommy? Too bad I'm not your mommy. There's been times when I've got my head down on my pillow and I can feel her hot breath barking in my ear. I'll just get up and I'll go sleep in the truck. In the middle of a heated argument, Dana has told me, "Don't think you're seeing your kids until a judge demands that I let you."
So you said that you think maybe she's biochemically unstable. Are you thinking she's like bipolar or
I'm not a
schizophrenic, or what's
You think you're a doctor.
No, what, I mean, really, what is your theory? And you may be right. I don't know.
Okay, we at one point in time had made an agreement that we were together. We're going to go see a behavioral specialist. She went to the doctor by herself, didn't include me. And then, all that's wrong, I'm just suffering from depression. I got some antidepressants and, life's all better. It wasn't the case.
You've lost your mind.
How has he lost his mind?
He thinks he's a doctor. He's been told by medical professionals that there's nothing mentally wrong with me.
That was one of the 3 psychiatrists we've
No.
seen. And the other two, as soon as they start to tell her what she doesn't want to hear, we
saw
don't go
them
anymore.
once. We saw them once for an hour.
Yeah.
Once
And she
for
said,
an hour. Once.
And the one that she's talking about,
Oh, Lord help me.
I was an hour late getting there. I got caught in traffic. And when I walked through the door, when we left, the psychiatrist said, I got to tell you, Troy, I thought when you walked through the door, you were going to be a monster.
The same one that told me to get an abortion?
And I have
That same doctor?
And I have never seen somebody flip the way Dana just flipped on me.
One of them told you to get an
Yeah,
abortion?
that same doctor. I don't think she was a doctor, actually. I didn't see her credentials. And she looked me in the eye and said, why don't you go get an abortion?
She asked you a question she didn't tell you. There's a big difference there, Dana. If you've got such
Why
a problem
would you
with
say that?
if you've got
Why would you say that to
because
somebody?
you're totally taking it out of text.
No, I'm not. I was sitting there. She
You're
asked me.
seeming less involved in this as it goes along.
Certainly.
No, it's the doctor she suggested, and she made the appointment for.
It's going pretty well for you so
Oh,
far.
you're great.
Look, here's the thing. This is very simple. People argue for different reasons. And if your goal in an argument is to win, and you're dealing with your spouse, that means that your spouse is going to lose. That's a lose-lose scenario in a relationship. The best goal is that you're going to be heard. Just like today with you guys, I need you to understand as a mother-in-law that he is no longer your little Troy.
I do.
That he is a grown man that has his own nuclear family, his own loyalties, his own responsibilities and commitments, and that you are an invited guest
Correct.
into that relationship. I hope that you're invited frequently. I think extended family is wonderful for little kids, but you need to recognize that you don't have a vote. You are an invited guest into this situation. You need to understand that there's not an issue of divided loyalty here. Your undivided loyalty needs to be to your wife and your children. And as the husband in this situation, a situation that clearly needs a hero, you need to figure out what you need to do to create peace in this situation. And you need to be able to sit down with your mother and say, I'm going to have to ask that you really respect a few things for us across time. And I don't want to be rule bound with you, Mom, but give us a time here to kind of get into a rhythm. And you have to recognize that you are talking about this man's mother. And that's the longest relationship he's ever had in his life. He's known her since before he was born. And you have to find a way to respect this woman and not disrespect her to her son so that he feels like he's a rope in a tug of war here. And you two have to negotiate that we are going to have some fences. We are going to make this work out.
Dr. Phil?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
When you were saying about my place, I know where my place is, and I have told Troy that I would step out and I would totally stay out of the picture, and that I would see the kids when he would let me see the kids, and if Danny didn't want to be around me, that was fine. I would do whatever it takes to see him not be under distress and be happy.
Okay, so we don't need a martyr now. We don't need somebody to say, if you don't want me, I'll just go over here and eat
No, it's
worms.
it's not meant to be a martyr
No,
dog.
I'm saying that's what you got to be careful that that's not the message
no,
you send.
that's not the message
It
I'm
sounds
trying to
very
send.
reasonable as you say it here, but I've learned that people say things a little more reasonably to me than they do when I'm not around. So I'm just saying, I'm just cautioning you that what you want to do is you want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Absolutely.
And you can render a tremendous gift to your son here to say, look, I don't want you to be in the middle. I love these children. They're the light and joy of my life. And if you withhold those kids from her, provided that she adheres to certain guidlines, that's a cruel thing to do. You do have a chip on your shoulder in this situation. You feel like you've been burned.
At this point, yeah. At this point, yeah, like I said, I have been difficult more times than others just because I don't want to.
And we don't want to do that. Got to take a break. We'll be right back and talk about what to do next.
And I'm to blame?
The only difference between my wife and a pit bull is lipstick. I'm dropping it. It's
Drop.
over.
Done. Dude. Over. Drop.
I choose not to fight with Dana because I know that there's no winning. I'll have just as much luck running my head into a brick wall.
Let me ask you, are you mentally unstable?
No, I don't think I am.
Do you fly into a rage?
Not often.
Dr. Phil, the footage you just saw right there,
Yeah, go ahead. Go down that road.
The way that she does that
Go down that road.
is simple as, hey, can you take out the trash? Sure. I go, I grab the trash can, I take it out to the curb, and I come back in and sit down. If I forgot to put a trash bag back in the trash can, that's what I deal with. I want to mend it. I want to be happy. I don't want a cold fish sitting next to me.
Is this the vision you had when you got married?
No.
What was the vision?
No. I thought that we would be a happy family. I thought that we could all get along.
Do you have any affection towards one another?
Right now?
I mean, generally, day in and day out, are you warm and affectionate to one another?
When we were dating prior to marriage, we had an outstanding sex life.
Oh,
I mean,
Lord, you really have to bring that up on TV?
Yeah, I do, because it's a huge part. We would have sex on times
Seriously? They're
twice a
cutting
day.
that out.
Now I'm lucky if we have sex once or twice a month. Now you tell me I feel as though I was baited into the relationship. Had she had told me, by the way, a year or two into it, I'm just going to stop sleeping with you. Do you think that I would have married her? Hell no. If you're promised chocolate,
I was just wondering if you ever patted each other on the back or anything.
Amen.
When you, really, I was just wondering if you ever have. Do you ever speak warmly to one another?
Of course.
Do you? I mean,
of course.
I'm happy to go to the other as well. But I'm serious.
I write poems when things are going good with us.
Let me ask you something. What is it that you like about him? I didn't even say love. Just what do you like about him?
I think he's a fantastic father. I couldn't ask for a better father for my kids. But this issue's so big that there's sometimes I can't see past it. I can't see past that he picks his mother over me.
What is it you like about her?
She's a fantastic mother. She's a wonderful cook. Oh, she is. Hey, you don't get built like this by turning down food. I like to eat. We used to have a wonderful sex life.
I just gotta go back to that. For the love of God.
He asked what I liked. I'm a guy. I'm sorry. I'm not the one. Hey, I have not veered from the truth one iota since I've been up here. And that's all I'm doing is expressing the truth. So fantastic mother.
Food and sex and
a wonderful mother. You would think what more could a man ask for? What I could ask for is not the exact opposite when we have a mood swing.
Yeah. You think that there are any things that you might do that trigger those mood swings?
Yes, I know there is.
And see, you can put those on a list of what not to do.
And
it may seem like a really long list at first, but here's the thing. When you choose the behavior, you choose the consequences. And right now, you guys are choosing behaviors that seal the fate of this marriage. You'll be divorced very soon. These kids live with this chaos. And believe me, it changes who they are. Mm-hmm. You have to resolve to say, look, if there's a competition here, you're willing to quit the competition, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're willing.
I don't want it to be a competition. I just want to be the grandmother, not the mother. And can I just say something real quick? Just a little bit. So Troy is not supposed to be in the middle. I'm supposed to go directly to Dana. That's great, but Dana will never call me back.
What we need to do is, as mature individuals, we need to sit down and say, okay, these are the guidelines that we're going to ask you to respect for a period of time. if you're nothing more than an excuse, we need to take that excuse away from
Right.
them. And if you withhold those children from her, shame on you. That is an unkind thing to do. If you don't respect their guidelines as parents, shame on you.
Exactly. I agree.
Because you need to recognize that this is between the two of you. And sometimes you just have to decide, I'm going to pick my battles. You guys are picking at each other now. You both are real sunburned. So just even a little pat on the back can cause you to just like really flinch. Both of you are right fighters. You want to be right. Like, I don't want to be happy.
I don't want to
I want
fight.
to be right. Yeah, I know. I can tell by the way you've.
But it's, you know what?
You do. You get angry like anybody would. Listen, I'm not saying it's human nature, Troy. I understand it, but I'm saying you need to be willing to take a step back and say, you know what? I don't have to react to everything. You need to give her a chance to settle. Let me, and I will. I know you guys have been to counseling. You've tried this. You've tried that. I want to give you some things I want you to read. I want to give you some things I want you to listen to, and I want to give you somebody that is very familiar with what I do and how I do it to walk you through a process for me. I'm going to give you a book I wrote a good while ago called Relationship Rescue.
I bought it.
Yeah, it's not a paperweight. You have to open it.
Yeah, I didn't do that part.
In the back of that book are some very specific, precise exercises for the two of you to do that can change this circumstance in a short period of time. Will you do that?
Yes.
Will you accept the help?
Oh, yes.
And
Oh,
do
yes.
it.
Because the fact of the matter is whether we're together or not, we're parents. And how we get along the best is what's best for our family.
Well, I am a strong believer that children would rather be from a broken home than live in one. And so the choice here is either to end this relationship or repair it. Will you do this?
Absolutely.
And you'll do this?
Absolutely.
Okay, now I shudder to say this, but is there any last thing you want to say? No, I'm serious. Is there any last thing you want to say?
I think I'm good, thanks.
You want to talk about your sex life anymore?
No. I'm perfectly good.
Is there any last thing you want to say?
No, just help us be the best parents we can be. I mean,
Well, we're going to get started on that, and I hope I've made some headway today, okay? All right, we're going to take a break. Next, we're going to talk to a woman who says her mother-in-law thinks she hangs out with Satan. Plus, how do you know if you will have mother-in-law issues before you tie the knot? You can spot these women. Well, obviously, this is a big issue. I don't do stories because only the people here experience it. I do it because so many of you write in and talk about it. And I said earlier in the show that I'd had an overwhelming response when I was tweeting about what kind of in-law mayhem was out there. And Maggie is one of the people who tweeted back to me. She's on the phone right now. Let me read her response. Biggest in-law issue is I'm not Catholic, so me and Satan pretty much hang out. Or so I'm told over and over again. So you're having a difficult time with your mother-in-law?
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah. How often do you have the privilege of seeing her?
I usually only have to see her about twice a year. I just got a call yesterday that she's going to be visiting in a couple of days.
And how long will she stay?
I don't know. Hopefully just a couple of days.
Do you let this get to you?
Sometimes I do, yes.
Okay, see, that's the thing. We can't give our power away, whether it's to an in-law, somebody that's taken our inventory. I think you need to hear what people say and you need to weigh it, but you can't give your power away. These situations need a hero. Just disengage from that kind of conversation. Be gracious when she's there. That's a gift you can give your husband. Twice a year, you could stand on your head twice a year, right?
That's what I try to do. I try to let it all roll off my back and not bring so much of it up to him.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
I want to be fair to him.
My point is, don't give your power away to her to let her disrupt you. Kill her with kindness. It's a gracious thing you can do for you and your husband. So think about that, okay?
Thank you.
Now, actually, you know, I've got, when I got married, I had a mother-in-law. She's passed away since, sadly. And Robin told me she knew she wouldn't have any mother-in-law issues when we got married. Why did you say that?
You know, we may have been on our second date, and you said over lunch, you said, you know, my mother's happiness is very, very important to me. And I thought, you know, that is really sweet for a son to say that about his mother. But then I met her, and I immediately felt the same way, because she is just precious. And so, yeah, I have been, and actually, she and I have been in love with each other from the first moment we've ever met. She has always, she admires me as a woman. She respects me as Philip's wife. She loves me as her own child. And maybe even the first month we dated, she told me, I would pick you.
I think she did, too, pick you. And I know she sides with you in most circumstances.
Always, always. She loves me so much, but I love her.
I came up with a checklist to help you identify the warning signs of having future mother-in-law problems. 1, the mother-in-law is insensitive and just doesn't respect boundaries. The mother-in-law is overly dependent on the son for emotional and lifestyle support. 3, your partner clearly puts the mother-in-law's needs and requests ahead of yours. Don't think that will get better when you get married. Your partner talks to mother daily, drops everything when the call comes in. The partner values mother's advice and opinions over yours. And this is a big one. If your partner runs to his or her mother when arguments occur, that's a bad sign right there. Mother-in-law attacks your character, obviously, or mother-in-law treats her son in particular like he's still a child and competes with you to provide for him. During family gatherings, you're overlooked or ignored by mother-in-law like you ain't even there. And 10, she actively campaigns against your marriage. Now, those seem kind of obvious, those last two, but believe me, people think, well, once we get married, that'll all go away. No, it won't. It won't. Now, we've got a plan here, right? You're actually turned towards him right now. And he has his hand on your leg. He's either obviously hungry or wants...
Honestly, this whole case felt less like a marriage and more like a constant tug of war. On one side, you've got Dana feeling disrespected and pushed aside, especially when it comes to her role as a mother. On the other side, Trisha clearly struggles with boundaries, and Troy? He's stuck right in the middle, but instead of stepping up, he keeps leaning toward his mom. And that's really the breaking point here. The most shocking part for me wasn't even the arguments, it was how normal the chaos had become. Breaking up 20+ times, using kids as leverage, constant disrespect. That's not just family drama, that's emotional damage building over time. What really stood out is how both sides are calling each other toxic, but nobody is fully taking accountability. Dana admits she can be difficult. Troy admits his mom crosses boundaries, yet nothing actually changes. That's the real problem. And let's be real, imagine being in that situation. Your partner choosing their parent over you again and again. How long would you tolerate that? At some point, it's not about who's right anymore. It's about whether the relationship is even healthy to stay in. So I gotta ask you, if you were in Troy's position, would you choose your spouse or your parent? If you found this case as shocking as I did, make sure to hit that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns.